Good afternoon. Faded Black breaking news for this Thursday, March 20th, 2025. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. All right, let's get cracking here. Help support the show. You know what to do. Get yourself a Fade to Black t-shirt. And you can do it one of two ways. We have two shirts. Get a Game Changer membership or just order a t-shirt. Order both. The links are below. This week on Fade to Black, an amazing week. Today's my Friday, your Thursday, but on Monday, we had Morgan Daimler with us celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Tuesday night, Chris Matthew was here, his new film, Doors of Perception. Last night, Sean McNamara and the World of Telepathy. Great conversation last night. And tonight, Thursday, Dr. Scott Kolbaba is with us. He's a doctor, and we're going to talk about his research into doctors who have had a near-death experience. Now, I have 5 major events coming up. Next week is Rise of the Guardians. This is March 29th and 30th. Next weekend in Sedona, Arizona. The links are below. After that, I head to the Midwest for the Contact Modalities XPO, May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 2025 in Delavan, Wisconsin, Delavan Lake at the resort. Then I come back out here for Contact in the Desert, which is May 29th through June 2nd, right here in Palm Springs, California. Then I head south to South America and Peru with Brian Forrester for the Inca celebration of the sun. And that is June 17th through the 27th, 2025. This tour is sold out. We have a second tour coming up in November. All right, I'll see you guys down there. And then I go to the East Coast for the PSI Games. That's right, the Psychic Olympics. That is August 1st through the 3rd, 2025 in Charlottesville, Virginia. All of the info that you need is below. We have links for everything, tickets, schedules, everything you need to know for all of the events that I'm doing in 2025 are below. All right, let's get to it. On this day in history, 1995, several packages of deadly sarin gas are set off in the Tokyo subway system by a cult, killing 12 people and injuring 5,000. Wow. Here's your fader fact. The oldest domestic cat on record lived for 38 years. She was Cream Puff of Austin, Texas. 38 years. Wow. All right. Let's get to the breaking news. Everyone right now is poring over thousands of newly released JFK documents and his assassination. The latest released, now for me so far, does not answer all of those lingering questions that we all have, but the latest batch does include documents that are now mostly or fully unredacted. They reveal further how much the CIA observed JFK's killer before the shooting. Now, is there a smoking gun? Not yet, but there is so much to go through. I will keep you posted. Head over to the Black Vault and look how that is being indexed. Right now, it's 12,000 pages. That's a lot of data, but John Greenwald is going to make it all searchable. All right, so head over to the Black Vault. The NEO Surveyor, set to launch in 2027, is the first spacecraft specifically designed to hunt large asteroids and comets that could harm Earth. The NEO Surveyor is being built at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory here in Pasadena, California. Now, the NEO Surveyor will be able to spot about 90% of asteroids and comets that might pose a hazard to Earth with a range of about 30,000 miles, and will also be capable of measuring the size and composition of these fast-moving objects. Their concern and what that 90% number is in detection are objects over 500 feet, and they should be able to detect nearly every single one of them. The smaller objects don't really pose that much of a threat. Big news announced, huge news. Dark energy seems to be changing. Once again, we are learning more about the universe. According to new observations released yesterday, and that data says it's slowing down. If dark energy is in fact weakening, it would likely mean that science's understanding of how the universe works will need to be rewritten once again. The new findings come from the Dark Energy Spectroscopic Instrument, otherwise known as DESI, which sits on a telescope at the Kitt Peak National Observatory in Arizona. Check this out. 3 years worth of observations of 15 million galaxies and quasars was just presented at a conference of the American Physical Society in California. This is big news. Now, if dark matter is weakening, could the expansion stop? If dark matter is weakening, could normal gravity take over and suck the universe back into itself? We're learning something new every single day. It just shows that we know nothing about the universe. 2 different teams of astronomers have detected oxygen in the most distant known galaxy. That galaxy is called Jade's GS Z14-0. Check this out. The discovery, reported in 2 separate studies, was made possible thanks to the Atacama Large Millimeter Submillimeter Array, otherwise known as ALMA, you know that, in which the European Southern Observatory is a partner. This record-breaking detection is making astronomers rethink how quickly galaxies formed in the early universe. Now, this is where it gets crazy. Jade's GSZ 14-0 is the most distant confirmed galaxy ever found. It is so far away, its light took 13.4 billion years to reach us. The crazy part is we are able to detect oxygen that far out. That's crazy. Google has agreed to pay $28 million to settle a lawsuit that claimed white and Asian employees were given better pay and career opportunities than workers from other ethnic backgrounds. Now, Google confirmed it had reached a resolution, but rejected the allegations made against it. The settlement has been given preliminary approval by Judge Charles Adams of the Santa Clara County Superior Court right here in California. For 8 years in a row, Finland has been named the world's happiest country in the World's Happiness Report published today. The top 4 continues to be all Nordic, with Finland, right, number 1, followed by Denmark, number 2, Iceland, number 3, and Sweden coming in 4th. Now, finally, I'll leave you with this. Spring is here, officially. Well, at least, listen. The vernal equinox arrives today, marking the start of the spring season for the northern hemisphere and the fall in the southern hemisphere. That's right, flip-flop. Now, on the equator, the sun will be directly overhead at noon. Equinoxes are the only time when both the north and south poles are lit by sunshine at the same time. Now, I bet you didn't know that. Now, check this out. There are two different ways to carve up a year. You have what I just mentioned, astronomical seasons that depend on how the Earth moves around the sun, right? Then you have meteorological seasons, which are defined by the weather, right? And they break the year into 3-month seasons based on annual temperature cycles. By that calendar, spring starts back on March 1st, summer starts on June 1st, fall starts on September 1st, and winter on December 1st. Now you know. Seriously. There you go. There's all the Faded Black breaking news that you need for this Thursday, March 20th, 2025. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm Jimmy Church. I want to remind everybody that tonight on Fade to Black, Dr. Scott Kolbaba is with us. He's a doctor, and we are going to talk about his research into NDEs. But for now, all I've got is Go Backly Tappy.